Hello there, Battle Brothers, and welcome to yet another video, and welcome to yet another review video. Today, we are reviewing yet another installment in the Horus Heresy series, and yes, I haven't uploaded any videos in about 10 days. Why is that? Well, because if you've been following my community posts, I have been on a vacation across Scandinavia. I've been posting pictures and posts and links to my older videos so that you have something to watch when I'm away, but I'm back right now. I've also had the time to finish a book that I was reading, which is The Tales of Heresy, another anthology in the Horus Heresy series, and I thought to myself that I could review the last 3 short stories in that collection at the same time so that I can move on to making other videos. At the moment, I am reading another book in the Horus Heresy series, and that will be reviewed very soon. So if you remember me posting a video of, the latest short story that I read before I left, I said that, and that was, by the way, if I remember correctly, The Voice. I said that this short story collection follows in the theme of moral dilemma as far as the Great Crusade goes and the compliance that the planets have to be brought under by the Imperium of Men, by the Astartes of the Spoils Marines. And the third last short story in that collection, it revolves around this very topic as well. It's called The Call of the Lion by Gav Thorpe. I am looking at my notes because, as I said once again, if you read a couple of Horus Heresy stories right one after another, there are names that might get messed up in your brain because there are a lot of them. It talks about the Dark Angels, of course, and characters Astellan and Belath. Astellan, of course, we know from many Dark Angel stories. And once again, it deals with 2 chapter masters from the Dark Angels Legion finding themselves on a planet that needs to be brought under compliance. And we are representing here 2 different points of view. And that's the one of Astellan, who really is not into all this bolter and chainsword right away from the get-go as far as bringing a planet into compliance. He's into a more moderate approach that follows the path of willingly joining the Imperium if given the chance, of course. And then there we've got Belath, who of course is more radical, and the outcome, of course, is very open, and I do not want to spoil this for you right now, because, as I always say, it's always better to enjoy these stories, just by reading it. I don't really appreciate lore videos where somebody explains in 5 minutes 5 things you need to know about Dark Angels, or 7 things about the Space Wolves that will make you go, what? No. Absolutely not. Suffice it to say that the planet that they are trying to bring under compliance is not willing, and the outcomes might be a little bit tragic. But all the short stories, is at least in my mind, in this short story collection, are overshadowed by the last 2 short stories, especially The Last Church, by by Graham McNeill. And if I am not wrong, and why, by the way, am I reviewing this book, which is kind of from the beginning of the saga of the series, which I think is the 10th book, when I've already reviewed about the 23rd or 24th book, because it was one of the volumes that I initially skipped when I started reading the series. Nevertheless, my mistake has been remedied now. Up to the Last Church by Graham McNeill. It is, I think, one of the first stories in the Horus Heresy series that talks about the Emperor of Mankind. And there's a little bit of a spoiler there, but my reviews of the Horus Heresy series are kind of spoilery. Some of them are not. It's just what I feel. And if I look confused and tired, yes, I just came back a couple of hours ago. My journey back from... I actually came straight from Denmark. The day before that, I was in Stockholm, then I went straight to Copenhagen, and then I traveled straight home, and I haven't slept much. I might have slept about 2 hours, and I came straight back. I picked up my dog on the way home. I went straight to gym because I just needed to get my heavy lifting in, although I traveled on foot and I discovered the wilderness of Scandinavia, but I just missed my weights, and then I just crashed and I just woke up. So I'm reviewing that. And this short story deals with the timeline or time frame way before the Great Crusade. It's actually right after the Unification Wars, and right at the moment when the Emperor of Mankind, not even starting the Great Crusade yet, eradicated all the churches and religion in general on Earth, on Terra. And he still has his Thunder Warriors. There are not Astartes yet. And the main character here is a priest. He's a priest at the last church on Terra. And as we of course know that the Emperor doesn't like religion, he doesn't like idols, he doesn't like gods. A little bit ironic, isn't it? Given who he is and who he will become in the eyes of his subjects. And this priest is visited by a stranger in a cape and a hood, and the stranger brings about warriors, thunder warriors, and they start talking about religion and why he still, that man, that priest, why he still persists and why he still worships a god, and why he still is having his sermons for the couple of the remaining followers of his religion, even though he knows that very soon the soldiers will come and they will take his church down. And I have to say that I appreciate once again the Horus Heresy stories, because they are providing you just with bits and pieces of information about the universe, about the lore, about the history, and revealing those bits and pieces one after another, one at a time, so that not everything is revealed at the same time, and maybe not everything is revealed at all, just bits and pieces. Some things are left untold, some answers are not given, some questions are just being asked and not answered. Maybe they will be answered later, maybe not, who knows. But that's the appeal of fantasy, isn't it? And of course science fiction, but I mean fiction in general. That some things should be left unanswered, and sometimes a little bit of mystery is better than having everything brought to you on a silver platter. And so the conclusion of this short story is very satisfying once again. Precisely because it provides you just the right amount of information about the Emperor, that you're satisfied to get something, because when the Emperor has been such a mysterious figure for such a long time, you just need to know something more, so you're getting to know something. But at the same time, you don't want to know everything, because why would you want to continue reading about him, or about the Emperor in general, or about the Imperium in general, when you got all the information from the get-go, right? Once again, just the right amount of information given. And this, by the way, might be, not might be, but most certainly is my very favorite short story in this collection. And finally, after the Shea, a short story about warhounds, and not the World Eaters yet, because we know that warhounds were renamed World Eaters when they got to know their Primarch, Angron. And this short story takes place right after Angron was reunited with Warhounds. He was just, I think, transported from his home world, quote-unquote home world, to the flagship of the Warhounds. And it is the moment where the Warhounds are meeting their Primarch for the first time. But their Primarch is not just your regular, ordinary Primarch, a demigod upon which you would look and lose all words and would instantly drop to your knees and would instantly feel the, if you were an Astartes, instantly feel the kinship and you being his offspring, quote-unquote, genetic offspring, so to speak. And instantly feeling this connection between you and your gene father. Angron is very much different, not only because he was implanted with the nails, but also because he is a damaged personality and was damaged personality from the get-go. From a certain point of view, in this way, he is more human than any other Primarch is. It's a little bit ironic, isn't it? And so he starts murdering and killing his gene sons just when he sees them. And they go, because he like locked somewhere in a cell, in a room on that ship, having a fit of extreme anger, Primarch Angron anger level, which is like the level million, and trying to calm him down, trying to explain to him all that matters. Like, hey, look, the Emperor told us to explain to you everything. We are your gene sons. You are our Primarch. You are our commander. You are to lead the 12th Legion. Is it the 12th Legion? I might be wrong. Please, I need to check it now. Am I right? Am I wrong? Are the World Eaters the 12th Legion? Yes, they are. I am not wrong. They are the 12th Legion of the original 20 Space Marine Legions. I'm absolutely not wrong. You are to lead the 12th Legion into the Great Crusade to reclaim the galaxy for the Emperor of Mankind. He's not really up to it because he is being consumed by anger and by the nails. And who better to explain it to him and who better to calm him down a little bit than Karn? And then, of course, you are getting to know that the relationship between the World Eaters, that, of course, they are renamed World Eaters later. The relationship between the World Eaters and their Primarch, Angron, is still a little bit different from the relationships of other Space Marine Legions and their respective Primarchs. A little bit closer, not in the sense that he would love them more than, for example, Sanguinius loves his blood angels, but as far as the formality of the relationship, the addresses, he is not all into like, my lord, I am bowing to you, my lord, get into the knees, I am like giving you a respect, by acting as if I was your subject. He's not that. I mean, he grew up being a gladiator and fighting for his life every day. He knows kinship, he knows brotherhood. He instantly repeats, my brothers and sisters, they were murdered and I couldn't save them, referring to what happened before when he was still a gladiator. So he understands kinship and brotherhood and bonds like that, but he isn't into all this hierarchy, if you know what I mean. Absolutely fantastic short story. The last two short stories from this collection, creme de la creme of this entire anthology. Absolutely enjoyed them. Even if I was reading those short stories on the way and I hate sitting for all my bloody life, it was a distraction from all that sitting that I have to do while I was being transported. I was a passenger, other people were driving. From one place in Scandinavia to another, so I can go on long hikes or explore cities and towns. Absolutely fantastic short stories. Enjoyed them, and I only do recommend you read these short stories, and just don't skip any volume of Horus Heresy. But it just might be me, my OCD, having to have read each and every single volume. That will be all. Thank you very much for watching, my dear friends. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Have you read this short story collection? What is your favorite short story in this collection? Or what is your favorite Horus Heresy story in general, let me know all about it. That will be all. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, the Emperor protects.